Hi everybody, I am here today to talk about social media, but particularly LinkedIn. So I'm here with Rachel. Rachel knows a hell of a lot about LinkedIn, and I've been on LinkedIn for a number of years, and I was on LinkedIn way before Facebook, yeah, and Twitter became really, really popular. So I see it as business only and career,
Yes.
because I don't see it as a posting your food and stuff like
No.
that. It's what I consider a serious social media for businesses and for career people. So I
Yes.
started out career-wise on there, and then obviously when I became conversion expert, I then set up my own business and moved towards just promoting myself as a business owner. So let's talk about the do's and don'ts of LinkedIn. What shouldn't you do? What's the no-nos on LinkedIn?
I think you started off with the first big no-no about what you're posting. You don't want the Facebook type posts. You don't want the guess the number in the game kind of, or a silly caption, for example. It's about you. If you're a business owner,
Yeah.
it's about perhaps sharing your knowledge, your expertise with a tip, for example. Always have an image, because we're very visual creatures, so I always say...
Conversion point of view, definitely,
Yes.
it draws the eye. Yeah.
You need to have one of those, an image in there. It should also be about, you could have about an offer or something like that, a special offer you've got. But I think it's about primarily saying people buy people that they know, like and trust. So that's very key, that you drip feed that information through the status updates on a regular basis. It's your profile. Your profile is the foundation of it all.
Yeah.
And shockingly, the amount of profiles that I come across where the photograph, just people don't pay any attention.
Okay, so from a conversion point of view, okay,
Yes.
listen to me now, okay, guys. Do not put a photo up of you with the dog.
No.
Okay, that's a no-no.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this isn't Facebook. This isn't about your social life. This is about people taking you seriously in your work life. Okay, and so if you've got one of a dog, you and the dog, or some people just put just food up or something like. People, I've come across so many who don't put any photo up, and I actually, if from my personal point of view, if I can't see who that person is and they've requested a connection with me and I don't actually know who they are, I don't actually connect with them.
You lost the trust, haven't you? Because
Yeah.
why can't... No, but it has to be no selfies. A good professional picture doesn't cost much.
No,
and
you're absolutely
this
right.
is your business. You value your business, so why are you not having a professional photograph done? I can write, I write LinkedIn profiles, but I can't sell as well as what I would like to do without a good picture. It's key. But we're also talking about search engine, LinkedIn's a search engine.
See,
Yeah.
LinkedIn is to me a business directory.
It is.
So if you want to find anybody in business, even a plumber or somebody who cleans your windows, they're there.
Yes.
Everybody's there. So it's a perfect tool. I don't think enough
But
people use it for that.
Have they got the right keywords? Because
You
time
need
and
to be
time
able to find
again,
them.
in
Yeah.
headlines, I see, and your headline, your title, the first thing that people is key material on LinkedIn. And I see people calling themselves founder, managing director, owner, great titles, but
That's not what they do.
no, it's not what they do.
That's their role in the company, but it's
Yes.
not what they do. I have the same problem with business cards.
Yeah.
I've got such a bugbear over business cards because people put "Hi, director" and I go, and I hand the card back going, I'm sorry, I don't know what you do.
No.
And they go, oh, and I go, and it's the same with LinkedIn. So if someone's finding you, so I can search on directors, but I'd have to look down into their summary and everything
Yes.
else to find out more about what they do as a business.
And that's another area where people go wrong on, because in the summary and the experience section, a lot of people think that LinkedIn's a job seeker site. It primarily did start off like that, and it's been altering very much over the last couple of years how it is. The messaging you'll see is very much a Facebook style, but you've got to keep it professional. Now, when you do the summary section, it's about not necessarily your skills and your qualities. What's your unique selling point about your business? What's the key point? So I come across your profile and I know exactly what your business is about. I know why I want to buy from your business. I know what you could do for me. And do I fit into that category of people who would buy from you? That's key, to have those words in there. It's another mini website, and it's your conversion. It's when you're converting people. So your profile has to have those, make you stand out from the crowd.
Yeah.
Make you stand
out from your competitors.
Yes.
All important. So the key areas on the whole of your profile thing, I guess from a conversion point of view, recommendations.
Yes, very vital. To have as many recommendations as you can with your current role and even with your previous roles, for example, because you've had a journey to where you've got to. So, think about, it's a bit like TripAdvisor in a sense, because how much attention, when we go on holiday, I certainly always...
We do look at reviews, don't we?
And that can affect whether I'll go on that holiday.
Yeah.
So why would it not be the same case when people are looking for a professional service, that they wouldn't look to see who has recommended and everything like that? It's one of the key things I say, and endorsements. You can't forget endorsements. But they're given out quite flippantly. But they count. They really count, because they're part of the search engine as well. So you need to make sure that you've got the right skills listed on your profile. And you can have 50 skills listed on your profile. And often if people have changed jobs or changed career, then they need to change the skills as well. They need to think, what skills in my business or career do I want to be found for? So think carefully about what you've got listed on there.
Okay, all right. I guess that also, if your LinkedIn profile is really good, then that also helps if you're just searching on Google or Yahoo and just a normal search engine.
Yes.
People would find you.
Your LinkedIn profile should come up in the top 3.
Really?
Sometimes the top 1.
Really?
Certainly, yes. It's very, very high up on the search engines with LinkedIn.
Yeah, because Google, in case you didn't know, on the time of this being filmed, have changed once again their format. They've changed their pay-per-click advertising, so all the adverts that used to be on the right-hand side are no longer on the right-hand side, they're all at the top, and they've shoved the organic searches down into the middle, so there's only about 6 organic searches there. So to be able to have your LinkedIn profile really, really good, that Google picks that up, then you're more likely to be searched and found on the first page of Google, so that's all important. Okay, so if you were, so let's say as a new business started up, how would somebody get going? Because obviously they don't really know many people, so would they go through their own directory of people that they know, and then start linking in and connecting with people that way?
Yes, they can do. Certainly, I say to people, when you go out networking, you've got your collection of business cards, that I would encourage you to go back to work and then start connecting with those people. Because LinkedIn's a very time-effective tool. And once you've connected, you build on it. You send a message and you build on that relationship. So it could be that you say, lovely to meet you at the networking event. Perhaps you could be a strategic alliance, or you could introduce them to something about your services, but it's got to be a soft sell. I don't believe in a hard sell approach. But once they're connected to you and you're using regular status updates on LinkedIn about your services and about your knowledge, then people will see that and they'll begin to trust that you are an expert in your field. And you'll know, it's so many touches, it's 7 or 20 touches, they say, in terms of somebody will feel comfortable perhaps with buying your particular services.
I think it was about 12, I think, before. It is difficult, but as you said, it's about content.
Yes.
Yeah, so I post a lot of the Pulse articles on there, and all I do really is I write a blog and then I stick it onto LinkedIn.
Yeah.
simple as that, you know, and then I'll refer back to my blog. So that's the other thing, that you can have backlinks from LinkedIn to your website, which is again helps with SEO and Google loving you. So
blogging, you said that hitting that is one of the most amazing tools that LinkedIn has, because that's worldwide.
Yeah.
So again, when you think about when you write a blog and how to think about key terms, there are tags at the end of your blog.
See, I don't necessarily think about the key terms in that.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
They really help. Certainly the tags at the bottom of your blog, it's free that you can choose, and unfortunately you do have to go with what LinkedIn suggests. So you can't necessarily, it might not be LinkedIn coaching or something like that. So when you start typing in what you think it would fall within that category, you have to go with what LinkedIn suggests. But they, again, because LinkedIn search engine will pull people. If people are searching for LinkedIn profiles, then I would want that at the tag at the bottom. But to give you an example of how powerful it is that I did a blog, and within a week there were 500 views and there were 89 likes within a week. Now, we're talking about connections, and they play a very powerful part in that if we say each one had 100 connections, then that's 8,900 people who could potentially have seen it. But apparently the average LinkedIn user, and don't forget there's about 450 million throughout the world, has about 930 connections. So that in fact went much further. You could even say that it would have gone to about 50,000 people, and that wouldn't have been an underestimation. But people misuse the blog platform because it is a blog. It's about softly showing you're not softly selling. Yeah. It's about giving advice, and then at the end, and what I always, well, not always, but a lot of times I see missing is the call to action. Because you've written a great article and I now want to pick up the phone and I think you're brilliant at what you do, but there's no email address, there's no website, there's no phone number, so you're making it harder for me, and then I might switch off and I might go somewhere else.
I tend to always have a link at the bottom of my page to either an ebook that I've written.
Yes, brilliant.
So that's another thing. So if you've written an ebook,
yes,
you could just take part of that ebook and then create a blog from it.
Yes.
And then link to your ebook, and then people sign up.
Definitely, really, that's a really good idea. Really good idea. And have a little biography as well. I think it kind of helps to have a biography about yourself again. Bring it back to you, but don't do it too. I've seen too long blogs, and people just lose it. 3 minutes really. It's got to be very short, sharp, punchy. Funny, maybe depends what you do.
I always put humour in, no matter how serious it is, because I guess for me, I always try to bring out my personality in what I write.
Yes, and I believe that.
Yeah, and some people really write boring stuff. Shouldn't say that really, but people do. You start reading it and you go, "Where's this going?" Because some people aren't very good at writing.
No.
So, and that's when you go to a blogger, and you get someone to do it for you, because it's so much better.
Yeah, know your strengths.
Yeah,
know your strengths, know your abilities. Otherwise, you can be doing yourself more harm than good. But it's an amazing. It's not a place where you put a special offer, just only, or a picture on its own, or a couple of sentences. It is a blog. That is what LinkedIn Pulse is. It's so misused, and people get very confused over what a status update is, what a blog is, and how you use the two platforms.
Okay, so status update then.
Status update is a couple of sentences, and you'll see when you go to your home page, you've got your picture, and underneath that is the share and update, and that's what we call a status update. So it's a couple of sentences about a tip or an event or an offer. That's perfectly acceptable. They're not constantly posting offers. It is mainly about driving some knowledge there.
But are they seen more often? Because I tend to actually sometimes, if you've got when you're looking at your feed and you've got like images and then whatever, and you see just sometimes I read the ones that just have that one sentence.
Yeah.
Because it now stands out more.
Yes.
Because it's less rather than all the other stuff that's on there.
It could be the image as well. It could be the image. Whereas I will sometimes, if don't all the time, but it's best to have continuity with your website, for example, images. So it could be that I would reuse my LinkedIn banner over and over again, so it sticks out, so people know it's me. So you could reuse your logo, or you could use images that you've got on your website, so it's people can see it's the same brand, it's consistent.
Branding is actually very important on there, I think.
Yes.
To get your brand out.
Yes.
And I think, you know, when I think now, there are so many businesses who are just not doing enough. And yet, as you said, I've always believed it to be a great platform to be able to promote your business and your branding.
It is. LinkedIn is free, apart from having the premium, and I'm a big fan of premium. And
tell me the difference then, because amount of times at LinkedIn, I've been on LinkedIn for over 10 years, and I've not gone to premium yet.
Yeah.
Because I can never see a benefit in it. It's like they don't highlight their own benefits enough. True. If there are.
True.
Yeah. So
True.
tell me about premium then.
Premium is the best business tool for every business that I've worked with. And there are different levels, starting from £25 to over £1,000, for example, for recruiter packages. So you've got Sales Navigator, Recruiter, and I'm on the networking package, and that costs me. But if you were paying the monthly instalment and not yearly, so yearly you would save a lot more, but monthly, for example, would be about £48. So how much is a client worth to you? I pick up a lot of clients. The most valuable tool is knowing who's looked at me. So who's looked at me?
And you can only see a certain. So if you're just on the basic, you don't get to see everyone who's looked at you.
Only the last 5. Only the last 5. And bear in mind, you could have lots of people looking at you throughout a day, for example, or over a time period. You don't get to get past the anonymous viewer. So with premium, you don't get to see who that anonymous person was. That will never become revealed. But that to me is the most valuable. It shows you over the last 90 days the people who's looked at you. And I will go and approach, and I've taught my clients to go and approach those with it, hi, noticed you looked at my profile, wanted to say hello. Look at their profile. Actually spend some time and look at their profile and pick up something.
So you see why they would be looking at yours.
Is there synergy?
Yeah.
They could be looking to sell to you, or they could be looking to buy from you.
Yeah.
And time again, that has been the best tool for me to pick up business, by knowing who has looked at me and approaching them. And I will always ask for a 15-minute conversation with them after I connect.
Do you know what? I think you may have just converted me to try the premium.
Good.
Yeah. Rachel, it's been fantastic. It's been an extremely informative and really great interview with you. I've absolutely enjoyed it. So thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Thanks very much.
And we'll see you soon, guys. Okay. Thank you. Bye.